Kakadosh Boker Tov. We're going to continue with the halachot. I wanted to mention the famous Biur Halacha, which brings down something incredible about the Mitzvot Tmidiyot. What does that mean exactly, the Mitzvot Tmidiyot? The Hinuch, right? One of the Rishonim already, he brings down that there's a mitzvah every single second that you think about these mitzvot. However, though, we will add on a few of them to the Biur Halacha. First, we'll call the Biur Halacha and the Hinuch. The Hinuch is found whether it's in his introduction or Siman Kaf He, Kavav, Taf Yud Zayin, Taf Yud Chet, Taf Lamed Bet, Shin Pei Zayin. And he says that there's 6 mitzvot that are Tmidiyot. Shesh mitzvot are Tmidiyot. I'm sure that you found it or you've seen it in many different places. That there are certain mitzvot which apply every second of the day. Which means a person could be bored and all of a sudden he comes and he says, you know what, let me just think about this mitzvah. He's fulfilling about a mitzvah, deoraita, a biblical command. He is doing a mitzvah, and it's only just thinking. You're not actually doing any actions. So he comes and he says, Shesh mitzvot chiyuvan tmidi, lo yipasku me'al adam afilu rega echad kol yamav. These mitzvot apply every second of the day. It doesn't stop even for one moment. V'chol zman v'chol rega sheyachshov bahen, any moment that he's going to think about these things, he fulfilled the mitzvah taseh. Now he says here, ve'en ketz lematan tzchar mitzvot, that there's no end to the reward, to the compensation for the mitzvot. Ve'eluhem, these are the 6. Number 1, la'amin sheyesh Eloka echad ba'olam, shinsi kol hanitzaot, to believe that there's one God, that He was the one that He created everything, and therefore it's going to be His will that everything that's going to be happening until now, He is the one that took us out of Mitzrayim. He gave us the Torah. That's a mitzvah aseh when it says Anochi Hashem Elokecha asher hotzeticha, that we know that there's one God. Number 2, Shelo na'amin b'shum elokim zulato, that we're not going to believe any other God other than Him. But it says Lo yilech elohim acharim. And even if he's going to be modeh that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is sholet on everything, but he thinks that there's a malach or a kochav or something that it has some type of a form of a power, he is over on this mitzvah. Number 3, liachado. So if you actually paid attention, we're already doing Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, right? You already have the 3 of them over there. The third one is liached HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What does it mean liached HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Shneimar, it says in the pasuk, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Echad. Pirush Shema Yisrael, you should know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that He was the one which was Hiva Kol, He made everything, and He is our God. HaMashkiach B'chol Olmot, Hu Echad. There's no shituf, there's no type of trinity or no other types of forces which are with God. That is number 1, 2, and 3. So first of all, there is a God, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, He's the only God, right? That's number 1. Number 2, there's no other God other than Him. Number 3, there's no shituf, there's no partnerships here. Everything is one. Number 4, Ahavat Hashem, Le'ehov HaMakom Baruch Hu, Shneimar V'ahavta Hashem Elokecha. Now how does a person do that? Through Torah. Because when it says V'ahavta, how do you love God? So when it says Vayud v'yimaleh Hashem Elokim mitzvacha yom alvecha, so because when you're going to understand and recognize your Creator, it's only through learning His Torah, and therefore that's how a person is going to start learning, and he's going to start learning how to love HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'inyan mitzvah, listen to this. Everything that a person should be looking forward to is to love HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And a person should pay attention that everything that he has in this world, whether it's going to be of osher, banim v'chavod, whether it's going to be of wealth, children, or respect, it's nothing in comparison to the love that he has of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And therefore he's always going to be looking for the limud Torah in order to love HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Number 5, yirat Hashem. So all these, until now, it's very, very simple because they're actually all throughout Kriyat Shema. We do them all the time. They're very logical. It's all there. So now we have to fear God. How do we have this? He says, Liorot yirat Hashem yitbarach apanav v'tamid levilti echeta. But that's the explanation of the pasuk, Hashem lokecha tira. So somebody that has an avirah, and all of a sudden he thinks about HaKadosh Baruch Hu in front of him, he's already fulfilling the mitzvah to say doraita. Number 6, the last one, shelo natu rachal machshevet alev uriyat ha'enayim. Not to go after the whatever we see or whatever our heart's desires. Chachamim say acharei levavchem is a pikosut, acharei nechem is znut, is immorality. And a part of the pikosut is all the types of things which is the opposite of dat Torah, and part of the znut is running after things, even ta'avat olam, without having a kavanah to actually enjoy or to have a benefit from it, a positive benefit towards the service of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So these are the 6 of which all of them are, other than obviously Yirat Hashem, all of them were there in Kriyat Shema, except for that now the Haredim, that he's also one of the Rishonim, he comes and he adds another 4, and the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch of Rabbi Refael Baruch Toledano adds another one as well. So here we have 6 in the Hinuch, which is brought down in the Rishonim, another 4 brought down by the Haredim, which we'll mention now. He comes and he says, the Haredim comes and he quotes in his Akdama, he comes and he says there's another 4. Number 1, Lizkor et Hashem, always to remember Hashem. Number 2, Ledovka bo, to cling to Hashem. Number 3, Shelo lishkoach et Hashem, do not forget Hashem. Number 4, Shelo litgaot, not to be haughty. He's counting that every single second of the day that we come and we think to ourselves, we should not be haughty. We are fulfilling a mitzvah, a bit mamash mina Torah, not to be haughty. So those are the other 4 which are brought down in the Haredim. Comes Rabbi Refael Baruch Toledano in his Kisur Shulchan Aruch, and he says there's also the mitzvah of Ahavat Israel. That's why you will see that some people come and they bring down Shesh Mitzvot Tmidiot, and some people bring down Eser Zechirot. What are the Eser Zechirot? The 6 of the Hinuch plus the other 4 of the Haredim. Now there's 11. What is 11? The 11 comes to be the Refael Baruch Toledano, and he says, Mitzvat Ahavat Israel. Loving a fellow Jew. We just spoke about, if you remember, from the Rav Levi Yitzchak Mibardichev this past Friday night, the Ohev said, the one that loved every Jew. So if you remember, we were speaking about the concept of Ahavat Israel. Here, Rabbi Refael Baruch Toledano says Ahavat Israel is a mitzvah timidit, that we could actually fulfill it every single moment, because when we accept upon ourselves to love every single Jew like ourselves, and then he says ve'od shebekiyum kol echad me'amitzvot timidiyot mekayem ha'adam gam et hamitzvot aseh dov kabo. Not only that, he comes and he says every single time that we come and we fulfill any of those other 10 or 9, we are also doing the mitzvah of dov kabo, which means I come and I think about Ahavat Hashem, Yirat Hashem. There's only one God. He created a kol. There's no other God. There's no shituf, right? There's no partnership. All these things. Every time that I think about one of these things, I am also fulfilling another mitzvah taseh, which is every single moment, of dov kabo, of clinging to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, of always being attached to Hashem, dvekut, what they call in the Lashon of the Chassidut. They didn't invent it, it's already brought down in the Rishonim and others as well. Here you have it, dov kabo in the Torah, right, where it's written dov kabo. So therefore I think this is very important, because then every single moment that a person does this, they're fulfilling a mitzvah doraita. And imagine how many mitzvot a person can do. A person's driving, he can't do anything, because if not, it's going to take as a distraction from the road. Whatever the case is, he's busy, whatever the case is. Every single one of these mitzvot, that all he has to do is he has to think about them. He's fulfilling a mitzvah taseh doraita, and imagine what type of reward he will get for every single one of these mitzvot that he does.